Hello and welcome back to another video, and in today's video, yes, of course, we're reacting to more music, and we're going to be looking at some music from Baldur's Gate 3, and we're going to be looking at the track Down by the River. Now, Baldur's Gate 3, a game that's come out reasonably recently. Obviously, it's been in early access for a while, so some people have been playing it for a little bit. However, I just started playing it last week, I think I started, and I've been utterly obsessed with this game. It's one of the best games I've played in a long time, so I really wanted to have a look at some of the music to the track as well, just because this game is just amazing. It really is. But anyway, so we're going to look at the track Down by the River, and what we'll do is we'll listen to it all the way through without stopping, and then we will then go over the song again and start and stop, because the soundtrack is fantastic in this game as well as just the game itself. So we'll do that, and then and after we'll go over the song again and stop and start and talk about stuff. Before we do that, please do like the video, subscribe to the channel as well, and so you can be here for all the stuff we do here. Make sure you leave a comment as well of all the other songs that you'd like to have a look on here. Is there anything from Baldur's Gate that you'd like to look at in terms of songs and music, or is there anything from any other game or the older games? Let me know and put it in the comments below, and we can do that. But having said all of that, let me just full screen this. So through the first playthrough, I will, write notes and stuff, and then we can go over it again. But anyway, let's listen to Down by the River from Baldur's Gate 3 in 3, 2, 1. Lovely.
Lace your heart with mine. Let your sleeping soul take flight. Take me through the night. Down, down, down by the river.
Very clean, very clean.
Down, down by the river. Hanging moon in fog. Mist will lead where you belong. Sweep me off my feet. Down, down, down by the river. Down, down, down by the river. Down, down, down by the river. Inky amber, swirling down. Just leave the flames and take a chance.
Lovely.
To be with me tonight. Take my hand and hold it tight. 'Cause you and I are everywhere. The night is young. We're going down, down, down by the river. Down, down, down by the river. Down, down, down by the river. Don't wake me up, just
Interesting.
leave me there, dreaming.
Oh. That was a very ominous ending. A very ominous ending. It's a beautiful song, isn't it, really? I know it's a short one. It's only a couple minutes. But, short and sweet is sometimes a good thing, in my opinion. And this is one of those songs, like a lot of excellent layering, very much within the theme of the game, which we'll obviously talk about when we get into the second playthrough of it. Very light, magical, it really does suit what this game is, or what this game, wishes to be, which is obviously a fantasy RPG, an epic fantasy RPG narrative. And it's a lovely song. So having said that, we'll go back into it once again, and we'll talk about a few things in 3, 2, 1, go. So before, yeah, it goes into the higher parts of the song. So you've got this like sounds like a lute playing. Um, so that's obviously a classic, what's a bard instrument, isn't it? We know that the Baldur's Gate is a game that's based on the tabletop game Dungeons and Dragons, which I'm sure everybody's heard of, and everybody knows what it is. So it's that absolute classic fantasy style, like Tolkien-esque style of fantasy story that we all know, and we all know what to expect from that. We all expect that the soundtrack will probably have a lot of musical influences from like medieval Europe and medieval England, particularly with the lute, which is I'm pretty sure it's a widely used instrument in the 1500s in England, I think. Something like that. I don't know. I'm not a historian, but it's that definite like medieval, time influence that we see to the soundtracks of these fantasy style games, because they obviously are emulating that time period and that time period of this particular area in the world. So we're getting that loop. But what's interesting about it as well is the fact that there's a lot of reverb on the instrument, and there's strings being played underneath it as well that also have a lot of reverb, but it's very dreamlike, which probably links to the lyric close to the end, where it says "Don't wake me up, I'm still dreaming." So like maybe that's the it's in that dream state still, and what is this river? Is it a safe haven in your mind or something like that? But yeah, let's keep going. We're only 7 seconds in.
Lace your heart with mine. Let your sleeping soul take flight. Take me through the night.
Yeah, so what I like is you've kind of got this long held note. That again has a kind of like a phasing and a lot of reverb on it that's kind of sitting on top of the mix. It almost feels like we're in water because it's kind of shimmering a little bit and it's just giving a lot of atmosphere while the lute is still playing. And then you've got this high, like, I think it almost sounds like a glockenspiel or something, being played as well. Also with a huge amount of reverb, which also gives a huge amount of atmosphere, as we have the vocalist come in. And again, with that kind of medieval, style of singing that we assume, I suppose, that was sung. It's a lot of kind of singing in between the registers. She's moving a lot between, a mix and a voice and a chest voice as well, and that happens quite a lot in, these typical. I suppose if you'll go to like a reenactment or something along the lines of that, you would probably hear singing much like this. It's very stylistic. It's very much done on purpose. It's a bard. It's the sound that you would expect to hear from any bard in any fantasy story.
Down, down, down by the river. Down, down, down by the river. Hanging moon in fog. Mist will lead where you belong, sweet.
And you've got like it sounds more like a harp or something underneath it, and harp is such a beautiful sound, right? Wonderful sounding instrument, incredibly difficult instrument, and incredibly expensive instrument as well, but a beautiful instrument, as well. And that also gives that kind of heavenly sound that's also kind of aids to the dreamlike atmosphere that we're getting through the mix of the music. But the notes are a lot more dramatic as well. It's kind of going on a do 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 kind of one kind of picked up, kind of lower down in the harp, and it's just like it's a bit more dramatic. It's a bit more, it's giving us a bit more grounding as we go through the stages and steps to get to the climax of the song.
Me off my feet. Down, down, down by the river.
And I really like how where it kind of hits the those really nice clear high notes as well that follow the melody line of down, down, down by the river. And it's kind of got a boom, 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 boom going over the top as well. So it's, you know, it's catchier. The higher sounds in tonality are really catchy. It's why, like, falsetto and stuff, the higher voice singing is used in many hooks and choruses and songs on the radio and stuff, because it's catchy, it sticks in your head, and that kind of just emulates the melody of the chorus to make it stick in your head a bit more.
Down, down, down by the river. Down, down, down by the river. Pinky amber, swirling down.
I love a little drag as well. Swirling down. Very nice. And also in that last little section, that was between the mixture of you know, a mixed register and a head register, and it was really clear and it was really smooth, and it didn't lose any, you know, what's the phrase? It didn't lose any thickness in the sound, because she was singing obviously in a higher range. Which obviously shows she's got a really nice technique, because it was still a full sound even though it was up in the mix and in her head voice as well.
Just leave the flames and take a chance to be with me tonight. Take my hand and hold it tight, 'cause you and I are everywhere. The night is young, we're going down, down.
I just say, like, her head voice is so clear, it's so easy to listen to and understand, and it just kind of glides through the music, and it's so smooth and nice. It's like a really, really clear, wonderful vocal tone by the singer. Really, really nice.
Down, down by the river. Down, down, down by the river. Down, down, down by the river. Don't wake me up, just leave me there, dreaming.
So interesting, that end. It's a bit more so ominous. And we had this lovely pure and high vocal sound, and then she's singing kind of more in a chest voice, and just leave me there dreaming, don't wake me up. Because reality is obviously a lot more difficult to deal with than dreaming of, you know, being down by the river. What a beautiful song. And obviously it leads into, I can't remember where the song appears in the game, to be honest, but it leads into something far more dramatic, and it's like, oh, it leaves you really uneasy, and the suddenly had these real legato like strings underneath it as it drags away out of the song, which we didn't have at all. It was all very flowing. It was all very nice, all very caressing and silky, and then suddenly at the end it's very harsh and a bit strange and a bit uncomfortable. Really, really nice. Very, very good. Love the song. Love the game as well. I can't stop playing it. Maybe after I finish this recording, I'll play it some more, because it's just amazing. But let me know what you thought of the song in the comments below. And if you're playing the game, let me know as well what you're thinking of the game, because I'm having a wonderful time. What other songs do you want to hear from this game, from any other game, from anything really? Put it in the comments below, and we'll have a look at those. If you enjoyed the video, please do like it and subscribe to the channel as well. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you very much. Goodbye.